Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexi Out's here, and it's Tuesday morning. We're doing Raptor Freak Tuesday trivia, and I just got the stream up just a little while ago. And the stream is all about FIBA Raptors. That's right. We're looking at Raptors in the history of the Raptors that have gone to the highest level of FIBA. Yeah. And I want to get this going right away. I see Adriana's here right away. Yeah. Trivia. Look at that. Adriana's on it. She's fast. Fiercey. Yeah. Good morning, Adriana. Good morning to MJ. Good morning to Adriana. Good morning to Fiercey. So awesome. Trevor J's here. Good morning, Commissioner of Fun. Trevor J. He's saying, do not be a fool and follow a fool, because foolish people will become more foolish. It's true. It's true. We can see what's happening down there with the MAGA and the fools of the MAGA. Yeah, it's very foolish stuff that's going on there. Yeah, thank you, Trevor J. I appreciate you. Blessings to the Jones family, all the Raptor Freak families out there. That's right. Video of Scotty put James Harden in a box with his defense. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I seen just now. I was kind of looking at Instagram. There's some stuff with Scotty on there right now. But I don't know. I don't want to waste any time. I want to get into this, guys. So this trivia is about the Olympics, basically. And I'm going to name a team and an Olympic site in a year. And you guys have to tell me which Raptor in the history of the Raptors is that person. So, like, for example, on the front cover of our stream today, it's a picture of two gold medalists for the USA at Rio de Janeiro 2016, who are our Raptors for Rio in 2016. Can you name them? They're in the picture there. Yeah. Kaz is here. Good morning, Lex from Raptor Free Crew. Good morning to you, sir. We've had our start of our finals week in our WNBA fantasy. And yeah, Kaz is out and running. And he's going to be hard for me to catch up to. We're going to see. He's going to be a wily competitor. I know that. Maybe he wins. But I'm going to try and win still. Yeah. So who would it be? They're the picture of the stream. Like I'll say a USA team, Rio de Janeiro 2016. USA team, Rio de Janeiro 2016. And the answer is always Raptors. They have to be somebody who played for the Raptors. So who would that be? This is a practice question. This is not going to count. I just want to see if you guys were testing out the format. USA team, Rio de Janeiro 2016. What Raptor? Or Raptors? There can be multiple answers. You got to know that. So, yeah, nobody wants to try and guess right now. I guess I'll go look at the fantasy then for a sec, since you guys are waking up. Wake up! Wakey, wakey, get your butt in gear. Yeah, Fiercey saying DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry is the right answer. They were on the USA team at Rio de Janeiro in 2016. And the picture for this day's stream is them taking a bite out of their gold medals. Almond Gaming is here. Be nice. Be nice. Sorry. No slapping around. All right. Ahmed is here. Then we have competition. All right. Here we go. Here we go, guys. This person played for, this is the first question. This is official. That was a practice question that Fiercey did. All right. Raptor that played for USA at Sydney 2000. Raptor that played at Sydney 2000 for United States. Full name answers. Full name answers. Vince Carter is right. Fiercey knows that was when the dunk of death happened to Frederick Weiss of the French team. He got dunked on. That's right. And Fiercey's going to get this one. She's the first one in with Vincent Lamar Carter. That's right. Fiercey getting the first question. Yeah, full answer. Vincent Carter. You want the full answer on it? No, sorry. Dunk of death. That's right. The dunk of death. 2000, Sydney, Australia. Yes, Vince Carter climbed the Frenchman and used him like a stepladder. Yes, yes. All right, let's do the next one. This Raptor or Raptors, if there's multiple answers, I'll let you know, but there may only be one, played for Croatia at Barcelona in 1992. This Raptor played for Croatia at Barcelona in 1992. We're talking about FIBA basketball today, the highest pinnacle, and that is the Olympic Games. And these are Raptors who have played in Olympic Games. And don't be trying to look this up and get a Google sheet or nothing like that. Jean Tabak is right, Amit Gaming. It was Jean Tabak, the original Raptor on the first year of the expansion team. Played for Croatia at the magical Barcelona 1992 Olympics, where the Dream Team showed up and changed FIBA international basketball forever. Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. That's right. The Dream Team played Jean Tabak in Croatia. That's right. All right, next one. This person played for Nigeria at Tokyo 2020. This person played for Nigeria at Tokyo 2020. Yeah, full name answers, guys, on the Raptor Freak Trivia. We getting into it right away, 5 minutes in. Yeah. Roko Jukic, also Croatian? Maybe. Precious Achua is the right answer, Fiercey. Precious played for Nigeria in Tokyo Olympics in 2020. So Precious Achua is an Olympian. He played for, this is the thing, all the answers today are all Olympians. Let's just say these are people that have competed at the Olympics. So yeah, Fiercey gets that one. Amit, you're behind, and you misspelled Achua. It's okay. You missed a U. It's all right. All right, next one, guys. Played for Puerto Rico at Athens 2004. Played for Puerto Rico. Yeah. 2021, wasn't he still on the Heat? You don't understand this, Amit. These are just Raptor players who have played in the Olympics, that have played for the Raptors. It doesn't matter when they played where. It just matters that they were both places. That's right. Carlos Arroyo. Now, Amit, you got to be all stickler about it. Maybe that'll be good. I should have told you. Yeah, sure. It is when they were playing. Yeah, Carlos Arroyo is the Puerto Rican Raptor who played at Athens in 2004. And I don't know if he had been on the Raptors yet by then. Maybe he had. I don't know. That's not what matters. It just matters that they have played for the Raptors and also in the Olympics. All right. The next one is played for Italy at Rio 2016. Played for Italy at Rio 2016. Yeah. These will be interesting trivia today. We're going to see how you guys do on this. How much you know. Marci Bellinari. No, it's not Marcy. It's Andrea Bargnani. Dan Rosario got it. Yeah, Marco Bellinelli never technically played in the Olympics. He was supposed to, but he had to miss out for medical reasons. So Dan Rosario is going to get the number one pick for the Raptors. Andrea Bargnani, who did play for Italy at Rio, and it was a pretty far into his career. You know, he was drafted around 2009, so he is like almost a 10-year veteran by the time he played for Italy and Rio de Janeiro at the same Olympics that Kyle and DeMar won gold. That's right. Bargnani is right. All right, next question. Played for Japan at Paris 2024. Played for Japan at Paris 2024. Yeah. Bargnani was drafted in 06. Yeah, 09, 06, something like that. So he's about 10 years in. Okay, yeah, Yuta is the right answer. That Watanabe. Yeah, Amit will get this one. Yuta is the answer. Of course, he played for Japan at the last Olympics. That's right, 2006. Wow. Why do I always think he got drafted 2009? 2009 was DeMar. That's right. 2009 was DeMar. 2006 was Bargnani. Okay. Yeah, autocorrect is wrong for putting you on that, Watanabe. That's right. Wrong for that. Amit gets this one. All right, next one. This person played for Brazil at Paris 2024. Yeah, Paris 2024. This guy played for Brazil. Yeah. Are there multiple ones? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Let's see. Bruno Cabico is right. Fiercey got it just before Dan. Dan is second. That's what I see, Adriana. Do you see that? Amit third. That's what I see. Fiercey, Dan, Amit. Of course, Bruno Cabico is a gold medal winner at AmeriCup Sunday afternoon. Yes. Okay, she's confirmed. Fiercey gets Bruno Cabico. Yeah, he just won with Brazil on Sunday in the gold medal game of the AmeriCup, and Brazil it won. That's right. Yeah, he plays for Tel Aviv. Balled out in AmeriCup. Yeah. Bruno did good. At the AmeriCup. Very proud of him at AmeriCup. Let's see. This person played for USA at Atlanta, 1996. This person played for USA at Atlanta. I went to the Atlanta Olympics, guys. I did. I went to the 1996 Olympics. I did. Vince Carter's wrong. Isaac Campbell, good morning to you, sir. Chris Vishen? Chris Vishen? Who? Oh, Chris Bosh. No, it's not Chris Bosh. It's not Vince Carter, guys. That is not right. Vince was not in the league yet in 96. Atlanta, 1996. I went to that, and I actually watched Lithuania play against China. Yeah, I went and saw a FIBA Olympic basketball once. I saw China versus Lithuania, and I bought a Lithuanian tie-dye shirt. Yeah, it was cool, man. Very, very cool. So, yeah, I went to Olympic basketball 96, but who was playing for USA in Atlanta 96? That's right. Who was it, man? You guys are off on this one. This one's fun. This is a little bit of fun trivia right here. It's hard to research. It's hard to figure out. And you guys got to think out of the blocks. That's right. Amit's like, I don't know. We got to give Amit some credit. I mean, he's a young man. This is like 10, 20 years almost before his life even started, right? So it's like 1996 Atlanta. Who played for USA? Yeah. Who played for USA in 96? That's right. It's not Chris Bosh. It's not Vince Carter. No, it's not. Akeem Olajuwon is right. Dan Rosario got it. See, it was a trick question because in some ways you wouldn't think Olajuwon's playing for USA, but he was. He played for USA at Atlanta, and Dan Rosario's getting this question. Good job, Dan. Dan, it's been awesome to have your presence in the chat the last couple months more often, man. It's been awesome, man. You've been great. All right, here we go. Next one. This person played for Argentina at Athens 2004. And then he played for them for 4 more times. So 5 times this guy played for Argentina starting in 2004 Athens. So who is this? This one's a legend. This guy's a FIBA Olympic legend. That's right. Luis Scola is exactly right. Dan Rosario knows that is the man who played at 5 Olympics for Argentina. It was the great Luis Scola. Yeah, he just missed his first Olympics. This past one again in Paris. That was the first one he had not played in because he'd retired. Yeah, that's too bad. It is what it is. You get older, and that's what happens. All right, next one, guys. Played for Lithuania at Beijing, 2008. 2008. Played for Lithuania in 2008 in Beijing. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Jonas Valanciunas is the easy answer, but it's wrong. It was a red herring. Jonas Valanciunas. Yeah, I said Lithuania. You guys always think, oh, it's Valanciunas. Lithuania is Valanciunas. Well, it's not the right answer. Dastardly. Just like Akeem Olajuwon. I tricked you. Amit's like, I don't know. This is amazing. Amit knows those numbers. But this one, I found a subject that he has not studied board in class. That's right. This is why Amit knows the jersey numbers. He's sitting in class. There's some kids used to doodle on paper. Amit's studying Basketball Reference. I love it. No, who played for Lithuania at Beijing, man, in 2008? Who played for Lithuania in 2008? You know, Jonas is not that old. He was not old enough to play at this one because in 2008, I think he was like 13 or something or 12. Yeah. So who is this? Who is it? Who is on the Lithuanian team at Beijing 2008 Olympics? That's right. We're going FIBA at the highest level. Olympians who appeared in the Olympics for Lithuania in 2008, who is also our alumni of our Toronto Raptors franchise. That's right. We have stalled the game. Wow, stalled out. Completely stalled out on this one. Y'all don't try and research this. Let's think about it. You guys got to know all the players on the Raptors that may be Lithuanian, right? That's what this is. Let's just say this. I'll give you a clue. Oh, look at Fusey's even doing I'll give you a clue. This guy would hang out with Snoopy and Schroeder and maybe Lucy. Yeah, those people. Yeah, this person. That's right. Maybe give a hint. Adriana's saying give a hint. Yeah. This person may be hanging out with Snoopy. Yeah, you half-ass me, Seymour. No, you don't. No, you don't. Half-ass. You better clean up that mess you just left on the table right there. That's right. I'm at Gaming Seagulled you, bro. I'm at Gaming Seagulled you. Seymour Pay half-assed it with a Claza. Linus Claza is right. Yeah, Amit got it. Amit got it because Seymour was lazy. Yes, it's Linus Claza. Yeah, he's Lithuanian. Yeah, Linus is Lithuanian, and he played at Beijing for Lithuania. That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good to see you, Reggie, in the chat this morning, man. You got it first. Adriana, look at your screen. Is it Amit or Smooth Brown Man on your screen for Linus Claza? Yeah, you never knew his first name, Seymour? Or you just knew his name was Claza? Well, how did you know from my clue? Because of Linus. Yeah, you're saying because the spelling is wrong? I don't know. Adriana wants to give it to Amit. Yeah, I think that actually. Let me see how you spell his name real quick. You guys are making me have to wonder now. Let's see. Okay, let me see who spelled it correctly. Ahmed actually spelled it correctly. He got it all correctly because it is with an A and it says Kleiza. So he actually spelled it correctly. Right down the first shot. So yeah, he didn't spell it wrong. He got it right. Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, he knows he spelled it right. He got it right. That's right. He's the machine. Well, he's partly he's got a LAN cord that goes to basketball reference into directly his brain. And it's just dialed up. He's like a ringtone, like the old internet. Bang, 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 bang. It's going into his ear, that kind of stuff. That's right. Oh, you spelled it wrong, not Ahmed. Oh, okay. Okay. I misconfused. That's all right, Reggie. That's all right. You can get some, man. Reggie, you are the champion. Come on now. All right, let's keep going. This person played for Germany at Paris 2024. This person played at Germany for Germany in 2024 at Paris Olympics. Yeah, Vince is half man, half amazing. I'm half man, half basketball reference. Yeah, and he still typed in really fast. Look at this. All right, yeah, we got a bunch of people. Are we really going to be sticklers for spelling? Adriana, how deep do you want to go on this? Seriously, how deep do you want to go on this? We've got like on my screen, it's Amit, Fiercey, Dan, Seymour, Roger, Isaac with a really bad spelling right at the end there, crazy spelling. How do you want to do this? I love the sentiment of the Lithuanian fan that came to the game the other day. He got it right spelling too. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think you did, but maybe you did. I don't know. Adriana is the judge. She will judge and decree who gets this points. Correct spelling, okay? And who wins it? Who wins it? Adriana, you have to judge and say which one of the Raptor Freaks wins the Dennis Schroeder question. Yeah. I put the right accent. Fiercey wants points for the accent. That's yeah. He did not have an accent keyboard, Fiercey. Oh my gosh. Such a detriment. He's piped in the basketball reference, but he cannot put the little thing over the oh. Oh no. I don't know. Adriana, we need a ruling. Who do you want to give the points to today for Dennis Schroeder question? That's right. Look at that. Fiercey's showing off now. Yeah, see, I could do 2 little dots on an O. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I know how to do that with my keyboard. I know the special things. She's looking into it. Let's just see how the judge decrees. We're having some, this is like the refs looking at the replay at the table. It's like, oh, let's look and see. Oh, yeah, there, right there. He's touching the ball before it goes out of bounds right there. Yeah. Fingers crossed. Let's see. Seymour Papes, fingers crossed. Randolph Phillips, Raptor Freak family, blessings. Keep on doing good and living right. It may seem like evil and wickedness are winning. That force has stepped up its attack because it's losing on its limited time. Beautiful. That's amazingly right. Randolph Phillips just nailed it on the head right there. They're getting scared, and that's why they're going so crazy with such an overreach of hatred and discrimination and just wrong. The MAGA party, and Randolph is right. So I'm going to give a dunk to Randolph Phillips, 27 on the dunk chart. You got the Jemias Ramsey, my guy. Blessings to Phillips family, all the Raptor Freak families. Let's see. Let's see. Big ups to Randolph P. Adriana's going to give it to Dan Rosario, guys. She's going through it and she's looking at it and she wants to give it to Dan because he spelled it. Now, he missed an N on there, but it doesn't matter. I mean, how do you really, seriously, Adriana, you go give it to Dan? I don't know. In some ways, I think we need to give it to Amit because he did write it first. And I don't know. Adriana, what do you think? Yeah. And Seymour's like, wait, huh? Wow. Wait a second. You give it to Dan? I don't know, Adriana. Dennis N. Schroeder is interesting by Fiercey. I mean, I know, like, what did I know we're really going over this one really with a fine tooth comb here. What did Amit do that made you not want to give him the points with the name? He didn't have the little circles. He spelled it really good, except for the circles. So I don't know. Okay, fine. She said, okay, fine. All right. Yeah, I think we better give it to Amit because in some ways he got in there first and he got it mostly right. He was just missing 2 dots. Yeah. Technically Seagold. Yeah. A little bit of Seagold there. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's keep going. All right. Next one. All right. Here we go. This person played for Brazil at London 2012. This person played for Brazil at London 2012. Yeah. You thought 1 N? Oh, no, it's actually with 2 N's. Dennis is spelled with 2 N's. Yeah. Denise, like it's French. Yeah. Let's see. This person played at Brazil at London 2012. Bruno Cabaco? No, not this one. We had Bruno earlier. He was an answer earlier. This is a different Brazilian guy who played at London Games in 2012. London Olympics. That's right. Not Bruno Cabaco. Rafael Araujo. That's a good, interesting guess. It is wrong also. Araujo never played at the Olympics. Lucas Nogueira. There you go. We're getting all these Brazilians in. It's not Lucas Nogueira. No, it is not Lucas Nogueira. Leandro Barbosa is the answer. Dan Rosario getting this one for sure. That's right. Dan got this one for sure. Good job, Leandro Barbosa. That's right. That's the right answer. All right, next one. We got about 5 more questions, guys. All right, played for Spain at London 2012. Played for Spain at London 2012. And, well, there's a lot of answers for this one. Yeah, played for Spain at London 2012. Jose Calderon is one of them. Fiercey got that. Jose is one of them. That's right. Jose was playing for Spain then. Dan's just behind Fiercey on that one. There's 2 more answers, guys. Played for Spain. Serge Ibaka's right. Serge Ibaka was on Spain in 2012, playing for them at London Olympics. And Marc Gasol is the other one. So Dan Rosario is getting the Marc Gasol just ahead of Fiercey on my screen. Is that what you see, Adriana? I see Dan Rosario, then Fiercey. But I see Fiercey winning on the Jose. So, yep. Okay, cool. Yeah, so 3 Raptors played on Spain's team in London 2012. Marc Gasol, Serge Ibaka, Jose Calderon, and their coach is still their coach, Sergio Scariolo. So they had a lot of Raptors connections on that Spanish 2012 Olympic team. Yeah, a lot of Spanish connection. And Sergio is still the coach of Spain to this day, 13 years later. That's right. All right, let's keep going. Played for Canada at Paris 2024. Played for Canada at Paris 2024. That's right. This one is fun. Yeah, played for Canada at Paris 2024. Multiple answers. Oh, yeah, Kim Birch should be on here. That's right, Birch. I'll put Birch on here. Amit getting an extra point because of someone that should be on there. Yeah. Kim Birch. Kelly Olynyk is on here, Fiercey. That's right. Kelly Olynyk. Let's see. Who else? RJ Barrett. Yes, Dan got RJ Barrett. So Dan Rowe getting RJ Barrett. And those are the 3 I have. I only had Kelly and RJ at first, but you know what? Amit's exactly right. Kim Birch was at Paris Olympics, and he did play for the Raptors. Dwight Powell never played for the Raptors. Never, ever played for the Raptors. But it's a good guess. All right, 3 more questions, guys. This person played for Croatia at Beijing 2008. This person played for Croatia at Beijing 2008. Goran Dragic. Kaz, you're funny. Roko Ukic is right. Dan Rowe is getting the famous Roko Ukic is exactly right. That's the answer. Yeah, not Goran Dragic. Goran Dragic is the same team that Luka plays for, Slovenia. Slovenia, yeah, they're not a good country. They usually lose. It's like Luka and Goran were the only two that were best. Yeah, Roko, you said Roko earlier, I know, but Roko is that was the different Olympics. That was for way earlier, 92. This is 2008 on this one. All right, two more guys. Two more. This guy played for Great Britain at London Olympics 2012. This guy played for Great Britain at London. Yeah, it's all good, buddy. Just mentioning. This guy played for Great Britain at London Olympics 2012. Yeah, 2012. Great Britain, London Olympics. Yeah, yeah. Who was it? Who was that? Yeah. Who was that played for Great Britain at London Olympics 2012? You know, Great Britain doesn't have a good basketball team. And so it took hosting the Olympics to appear at the Olympics. It's true. They don't make the Olympics without hosting it. No. The Olympics were in London, so they got to be in the basketball because usually Great Britain's horrible. In this Eurobasket right now, they have lost every single game they played pretty much, getting their butt kicked by Sweden and all these other countries. Great Britain. Yeah. So who is it, guys? Don't do no research. Try and figure it out off the top of your head. Who played for Great Britain at the London Olympics in 2012? Wow, I got crickets right now. I stumped you guys. These last two may be a little stumpy, like a stump in the ground. A little stumpy, a little stumping here. OG Anunoby was later. That's right. Did OG play at the Olympics? No. OG's never played at the Olympics. Yeah, you guys want a hint. Adriana wants a hint. Okay. Well, let's just say that he would be with the person that you would want to go home and see on Sunday night and have a home cooked dinner from. There you go. That's right. This guy also played for the Spurs? Yeah. No, I don't think so. Maybe he did. I don't remember. I don't remember if he played for the Spurs also. That clue's pretty good. Just think, this is the guy who would be with the person that you want to go home and have a home cooked dinner with on a Sunday night. Yeah, Pops Mensa Bonsu is right. Amit got it from that. It's like Pops is with moms, and Amit got it. It's Pops. Pops Mensa Bonsu was on the Great Britain team in the London Olympics. Mostly, you didn't. The U on Mensa is an A. Mensa, not Mensu. And Bonsu is a Bonsu. Yeah, you didn't spell it exactly right. You got the first part right. The other two words are not right, but it doesn't matter. You got it because that is the answer. That's the closest thing to it. If I could phonetically say it from what you did, then it's good. Yeah, that's right. That's the way you spell his name right there. Except it's yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm not that much of a stickler. Not that much of a stickler. Adriana might be more of a stickler on it, but I don't think she is either. So yeah. All right, last question for this week's trivia. Olympian Raptors is what we're talking about today. These are all Raptor players at some point, but they are also people who appeared in the Olympics and got to play in the Olympics at some point. So the last one is this. Played for France at London 2012. And then they played 3 more times for France also. Yeah, played for France in London 2012. So we're doing a lot of London 2012. Nando De Colo is right. Fiercey got that one. Fiercey got that one. That is right. That is right. It's Nando De Colo, and he just retired from the French team after the Paris Olympics. That's right. Very quick in there. Kaz was right behind Fiercey on that one. Ahmed is the only one who guessed. Popsman de Bonsu. Yeah, even though he spelled it wrong. So he gets it. All right. That's the end of the trivia today. Good job by Dan Rowe, Ahmed, and Fiercey cleaning up almost all the answers between the 3 of them. So we'll have to add it up, and we'll see where you guys stand in the trivia standings afterwards. So yeah, let's go ahead and keep going with the stream today. See what else you guys are saying. Seymour's calling for the classic card already. All right, my guy, you want to see the classic card? Let's do it. Let's do it. Why not? This guy's this. You know what? I like to please the audience. This is what they want. Give the people what they want. That's right. All right, let's see. Where's the sheriff's card for today? I don't want to do that one. I keep pulling the same one. I feel like there's too many cards in this box. It's too jammed full. I can't really get a good grip on one, just one, a loose one. All right, I'm not going to look. I'm just going to grab it. Oh, wow. This is a hard one, guys. All right, this will be fun. This will be fun because this one may take a little while. Let me just make sure I got the name right. It's crazy. I can't even see it. Yep, that's who I thought that was. Okay. All right, be ready. This one's really hard, guys. I don't know. I don't even think Ahmed will get this one very well because it's hard. Let's see. I was surprised to see Gabe Vincent also. Who are you talking about, Gabe Vincent? Representing Nigeria with Precious. Oh, yeah, he was on Nigeria. That's right. Jordan Lloyd playing with Poland. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't understand that either. But he did beat Luka. He cooked him. All right, this is a calf. It's a classic calf. If you can name who this player is, that's awesome. Yeah, Fiercely saying, I would have never guessed he has Nigerian roots by his last name. Yeah, sometimes I don't even know if these guys are actually for sure. They're just hired guns, right? They don't necessarily have to have the roots. They can just become naturalized citizens and they play for the team. Avery Johnson is not right, Kaz. That's interesting. You think that's Avery Johnson. That is not Avery Johnson. This Cleveland player from back in the day, classic card of the day, Roy Hinson. Wow. Roy Hinson was a big center forward, and that is not Roy Hinson. Roy Hinson used to play for the Nets, I believe. Citizenship poachers, man. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, this is the thing. They're all allowed one naturalized citizen. So everybody gets a ringer. Certain countries take the ringer and certain countries do not. Some countries use a ringer. Some countries do not. You can tell when there's a ringer out there. Let's see. Mo's here. Good morning to Mo. Good morning, Raptors Freak crew. Did you update everyone on the Evan Gilliard news? Yeah, we did that like 2 or 3 days ago that he's going to go play for G League United. I think I covered that on Sunday or Saturday. So that was about, yeah, I covered it for sure. I brought it up as the day after we found out for sure. Yeah. Let's see. Michael Seagull. That's who this is. Michael Seagull. Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Is that who that is? Isaac Campbell. Good morning, Rapid Free Crew. September is here. It's Cool Cat. The coach, Cool Cat, is in the house. We got the classic card right now. If anybody can tell me who this player is, that's fun. I'll give you guys some clues if you want. Michael Seagull. That's an interesting name. Let's just say this guy in a weird world could have been the father of the greatest Cleveland Cavalier ever. It's kind of weird. He's wearing a Cleveland Cavaliers jersey, but this man could have been the father of the greatest Cleveland Cavalier ever. That's a clue on his name, guys, just so you know. Kenny Carr. Interesting guess. It's not Kenny Carr. Tyrone Hill? No, this is not Tyrone Hill. Look at him. That is not Tyrone Hill. Most people that know Tyrone Hill is like looking at this is like, yeah, right. This Tyrone Hill never had hair like that in the NBA. No way. Yeah. So the clue is this guy could be the father of the greatest Cleveland Cavalier ever. Yeah. Can't be Tyrone Hill. He was in Space Jam, I think. No, Tyrone Hill. Yeah, he might have been actually, but Tyrone Hill, no. Go look up Tyrone Hill, Amit Gaming. You'll see why it's kind of funny you said that. Yeah, it's not Tyrone Hill. Yeah, he doesn't know. This is the thing. This is an old classic card. And in some ways, it's a little bit out of the area of expertise for Amit. I mean, he does know a lot about the older players and generations, but some of the fringes, some of the other players, is tough. Yeah. Kaz is saying Bob James. This is a good guess. It's wrong. It's partly right, though. I know why it's not Tyrone. I've used him in 2K. Yeah. Clue on his first name, please. Oh, my gosh. You're going to make me do this. Okay. You want the first letter? Hang on. All right. I'm going to do this clue. There was a movie that came out in the 80s that was very gritty and realistic. And it was called Portrait of a Serial Killer. And it had a name on it. That is the first name. And you guys have the last name. So there you go. If you know that movie, Portrait of a Serial Killer, and the name of that character, it was a very gritty, realistic kind of movie. It was very shocking at that time. That is the first name of this player. And the last name is the the last name of the greatest Cleveland Cavalier ever. So yes, yes. No, you can't Google the movie, Amit. No, you can't. No, you cannot. Do not Google the movie. Anthony McClellan. What? Who's the greatest Cleveland Cavalier that's named McClellan? Come on now. Come on now. All right. The first name is Wallace James. No, that's not right. Someone want to Lemmy Seagull? He wants to know that first name. Wallace James is not right. Anthony James is not right. Who does you guys don't know about this movie that came out in the 80s? Like I remember because like it was the days of like Movie Gallery and Blockbuster Video, and you come in and you see the videotapes on the counter on the shelves, and this was in a NC 17 section because it was not R. It was scary. It was like an X-rated movie almost because it was violent and it was gritty and it was scary as hell. It was kind of based on Ted Bundy. And the movie was called this blank name, Portrait of a Serial Killer. And that name is the right name. Man, you're so close, Fiercey. It's wrong. Anthony James is not right. Harrison James is not right. Harrison James is not right. That's right. Henry James is right. There. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer was the name of the movie. Henry James. Randolph Phillips is getting the classic card today, guys. This is a momentous occasion. I love it when Randolph gets the classic card just out of the blue. Yeah, Henry James is the man's name, as you can see it right here. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Go watch that movie now, Amit, and have nightmares because of it. It's so dated, though. You probably watch it at this point, and you would be like, wow, this is not scary. This looks cheesy. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it would be kind of like, whoa, this guy is really kind of crazy. Yeah, good job, Randolph. Randolph getting the classic card of the day. You know what? This was a hard one. So we're going to give Randolph 200 points on this one today. Yeah, Henry James is not a normally easy classic card. Not a normally easy. Yeah, like how I put in the LeBron clue along with the serial killer clue. That's it right there. Yeah, 200 points for Randolph on the classic card. When's the last time Randolph got a classic card? It's been a bit. I know he's gotten them before. I'm just going to kind of see when the last time, because I have it all on the spreadsheet here. Let me see. When is the last time Randolph got the card? Wow, we got to go way back, guys. Let me see. Way, way, way back. Oh my gosh, we're going way, way back. Or maybe Randolph hasn't gotten it. This would be interesting to see. I'm pretty sure he got it at one point. Oh my gosh, I still haven't come across where he got it before. So maybe this is the first time Randolph got the classic card. That's awesome. Yeah, I have a long spreadsheet that David set up a long time ago. And I don't see Randolph's name on here until now. Crazy. Yeah, I don't see it. Good job, Randolph Phillips, getting the first classic card, I guess. Yeah, I don't think he ever got one until today, guys. And it's Henry James. Pretty cool, man. Yeah. Yeah, he never did get one. Cool. That's what he's saying right there. That's pretty cool, man. Let's see. GG's Randolph. Good game, Randolph. Oh, yeah, that's what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, good job, man, for sure. Heck, you know what? I'm gonna up his total to 500 because that's pretty cool, man. 500 points for Randolph on the classic card. Boom goes the dynamite. It's also partly for such great words of wisdom so many times. That's right. Yeah. All right. Let me see what's going on with my tabs today, guys. All right. We kind of did the fantasy check over, but not really because Kaz showed up. All right. Kaz is beating me 161 to 93 in our championship final. I have a lot of work to put in. A lot of work to put in. I see Kaz has made a move at 5 a.m. this morning. And I'm like, this man is serious. This dude's up at 5 a.m. making transactions in our WNBA fantasy league. He has dropped Ray Burrell for aerial powers. Man, this man don't need no aerial powers. This guy has strong enough already. Jeez. And in the third place game, Kareem has got a lead on Meredith to start, 106 to 64. In the fifth place game, Cool Cat is behind JP, 168 to 80. And Fiercey is beating Logical in the 7th place game. And then in the last bracket, it doesn't matter because James has already got last place, and Edmund will finish in 9th. So yeah, the referees for the WNBA games tonight: New York Liberty are at Golden State Valkyries. Eric Bruton, number 55, is the crew chief. Catherine Chang, number 35, is the referee, and Jeffrey Smith, number 59, is the umpire. Indiana Fever at Phoenix Mercury. Maj Forsberg is the crew chief, number 34. Amy Bonner, number 31, is the referee, and Biniam Maru, number 33, is the umpire. So, yeah, there's your ref check and your WNBA fantasy check. Yeah, Kaz is on his way to winning the WNBA Fantasy League. Crazy. Wow. Crazy, crazy, crazy. 34 days until Raptors play basketball. Woo-wee! The countdown has started. The super fan has summoned the clock, and she is looking at it every day in the morning. She's going to tell me every day just about how many days we got till we get to see Scotty and RJ and Emmanuel and Grady and Jakob take the court for the Raptors against the Denver Nuggets. Yeah, in Vancouver. Yeah, for preseason. Let's go. That's right. Cat's saying I always wake up in the middle of the night, so sometimes I check my fantasy. It's all good, man. I'm not judging. In some ways, I'm impressed. In some ways, this guy's dedicated, man. This guy's like the opposite of Edmund. Edmund has not checked his team in 3 years. 3 years. And meanwhile, Kaz is checking his team at 5 a.m. And I love that. I love that. I love that. That's what makes you where you are in the standings right there. It's that kind of dedication and tenacity that gets you to the pinnacle of WNBA fantasy. I can't argue with this. Your method to your madness is working. Your madness is great. Like Macho Man's madness. That's right. You have the Macho Madness, man. All right, let's see. Straight goods on Canadian goods. Today we're talking about Chapman's again. I love Chapman's, y'all. Y'all know Chapman's, right? Chapman's ice cream, Chapman's frozen goods. They're a straight up Canadian company. And you know what Chapman's did recently, which was so fantastic? They said, oh, they're going to do tariffs. Well, we're going to price control all our items, Canadian items made in Canada for Canadians by a Canadian company, Chapman's Ice Cream. And we're going to price control our items, and we ain't going to let any tariffs kind of bullshit change our price point. We are not going to increase our price. Our price will stay the same the whole entire time with this bullshit going on with the United States and this stuff. And Chapman's has held true to that promise. Their prices have not gone up in this last year. And well, you got to go get a good ice cream. You got to go get some sorbet. That's what I eat. I have two. I had two until Adriana came and ate one of them. I had one tub of great Chapman sorbet in my freezer right now. Mango flavor. Mango sorbet by Chapman's. Ooh-wee. You want to go get that? Seriously. Yeah, Chapman's is family owned. Canadian company that produces its ice cream in Ontario using 100% Canadian dairy. All flavors are consistently made in Canada. So Chapman's ice cream. Bonafide. Great Canadian company supporting Canada, giving Canadian jobs, and making tasty sweet treats for our desserts. That's right. Go and buy Chapman's from your frozen section. Screw all those other companies. Ben & Jerry's, you're all right, but you are still American. Ben & Jerry's, you're okay. I like you. But yeah, the rest of y'all down south, nah, we ain't got nothing to do with you anymore. It's Chapman's. That's our ice cream company. That's right. Some yummy sorbet. Yeah, Adriana ate all the sorbet. She came over here and surprised me on Saturday. Came over and said hi, wanted to see my parents. And she ate my sorbet. She ate my berry sorbet up. And it is what it is. It is what it is. That's right. That's right. There you go. Chapman's. That's right. Fiercely saying Chapman's also does great sorbets, which are good for people like my daughter with food allergies. Yeah, that's the same for me. Like I don't do good with dairy, so I skip the ice cream. But man, the sorbets are fantastic, and they don't give me any problems, and it's gluten-free too. So yeah, that rainbow sorbet that's got the raspberry, the lime, and the orange. Woo-wee! That one's my favorite. There's a berry one too. It's got like raspberry, blueberry in it. Woo-wee, that's good. Grape. And then there's a mango, straight up mango one that I got recently that I've got in the fridge right now. But yes, and then Chapman's has all the regular ice cream flavors like vanilla and chocolate and mint chocolate chip, all that kind of stuff too. So you can get that. Yeah, yummy sorbet. That's right. Kareem Thomas is here. Good to see Kareem Thomas, the butt dialer. Let's see what he's saying. I love how everyone is changing their views about the Raptors. First it was money. Then it's RJ, it's the spacing, but now It's a dynamic duo of Barnes and Ingram. This is why your channel is essential. There is a PR campaign. There's a lot of perception wars in this world today. And in some ways, perception wars can be the battle where stuff's is won. Like right now, they want everybody to believe that everybody's fully behind MAGA, but they're not. They have very shallow support at this point because they're horrible people. But they'll want to portray it in the media that they're very popular and everybody wants exactly what they're doing. It's absolute horse crap. Most people do not want what Project 2025 is and all the bullshit they're doing down there. So perception wars are a real thing. And that's been weaponized in the world of ESPN, Bleacher Report, and other teams. They weaponize this. And I weaponize it too on here. My campaign against the New York Knicks right now is very strong with weaponizing perception about what the Knicks are going to be this year. And in some ways, your perception can shape reality, especially if you get through to the right people and tell them your lies or your messed up like ideas of what's going to happen. And they get in their head and they get all in their head. Oh my gosh, he's right. Mike Brown's sitting at home. He's listening to the Raptors Freak. He's like, oh my gosh, he's right. They're going to eat me alive here in New York. I'm going to have to be so perfect. And then he gets all pressurized and he's like, oh, I can't sleep at night. He's waking up in cold sweats. He's like, I got to coach the Knicks now. Oh my God, what do I do? He's freaking out because the pressure is on. And he has every step to fail into. Trust me, every step to fail into. That's right. It is important. And, listen, I like this, because listen, there is NBA math. There's stuff like, all right, what do we do in the off season in the beginning of training camp right now? We start looking at rosters on paper, right? We start looking at who did what in the off season and shuffled up and got this person and put this person here. And well, the math is mathing. And in some ways, people are looking at the Raptors on paper and they're mathing it. And they're kind of like, whoa, wait a second, yo. Wait a second. Why are they telling me that these guys are this and this when I look at them on this and I'm like, holy crap, actually, these guys look good. There's a lot of that happening right now. There's like aha moments. Oh, wait a second. Brandon Ingram plays for the Raptors? I totally forgot about that. Oh my gosh. Actually, man, that's kind of overpowering. Shit. That could be pretty good, Brandon, on the Raptors. What if they do what they did with Kawhi with him? Oh, shit. I better change my opinion on them. Some people are waking up. They start putting out more content now saying, actually, on the download, the Raptors are deadly, y'all. Yeah, you're going to see. And they want to look right. And so in some ways, it's like, look, you can start riding with us. Like I've been riding with them all year and for my life since they came about 30 years now. You can come ride with us now and believe in them all of a sudden. Yeah, because you feel like you're going to be right. If you prognosticate that the Raptors going to be good this year, go ahead. Come on in. Put that perception out. I want you to. I appreciate you for it because there's a lot of bullshit that's come from ESPN talking about we're going to be 12th out of 15 in the East. That's laughable. That's so laughable. We'd have to have very, very bad things happen to our team all year long for that to happen. And that ain't happening. Knock on wood. No, it ain't happening. So, yeah, perception war on the Raptors' ability to be good this year is silly. In some ways, they're going to be good if they're healthy. And that's all we need to wonder about is health. And even if we do have a player or two that misses time from time to time, as long as it's not a rotating door of different players coming in and out of the lineup, we can't get any continuity like has happened in a couple of years, in the last years. It's like we just can't get the starters stably healthy to be together for a long period of time. That could kind of screw things up a little bit, but I don't think it'll put us out of contention. I think that we have a depth to our team that we can weather some missing people from time to time. And in some ways, when there are people missing, this is a great opportunity for people like Jamison Battle and Jonathan Mobo and Arish Shamshay to step up and take more minutes and possibly actually get more time on the big club. So, I mean, there's a lot of opportunity in different ways. And in some ways, the Raptors are deep to weather a storm of the NBA season. And I think that we're going to be very successful. I think this schedule is very fair. There's a good mix of good teams and bad teams all throughout the schedule so that we'll have ups and downs and we'll be able to kind of go through it with different levels of competition and not just start the season like we did last year right into the fire with like 2 months of playoff teams straight and not a single sub 500 team in the first 2 months of the season. We didn't see a sub 500 team last year until December, and it was very close to Christmas at that time. So there's a lot more learning takeoff runway for this season to kind of have, I don't think we'll be failures at all. I think we're going to come in, we're going to win games right off the bat. And people are going to be like, whoa, the Raptors are kicking ass already. And we'll win more than we lose. And we're going to be that way for the whole year. As long as we're healthy. As long as we're healthy. It's very, very important. The health is an important part. Yeah, there was only a little bit of that sorbet. I know, Adriana, a tiny little bit left. She ate like the rest of it. That's fine. I just like to make the story that you ate all my sorbet. Because it's true. You did. But it's also kind of a fun little cheeky story about Adriana and just how she's coming to take my treats and cuddles. That's what she does. She come in here to get my treats and cuddles. That's right. Kareem Thomas saying, continue to remain grounded and positive about the Raps. Yeah. Yeah. I think that you're right, that in some ways what we do here, and this isn't just me, you guys are helping me, and you guys are a big part of it because you guys carry the flag of the RFF to other places and try and influence. And that's very helpful. I mean, Zazu Spaces is a mess. It's crazy. And in some ways, having more RFF attitudes in the Zazu Spaces is very, very helpful to kind of help guide some of the misdirected Raptors fans out there. Some of the ones that may be jaded about the Raptors and this year because ESPN's gaslighting us. And they make everybody think, well, no, we're not going to be that good because ESPN said we're not. Don't listen to fucking ESPN. Don't listen to Tim Bontemps. Don't listen to Brian Winders. Don't listen to Zach Cram or whoever he is. Yeah, don't listen to those guys. Those guys don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Seriously. They may know about the Lakers because they just kiss their ass 24/7, but they don't know about the Raptors. It's like the opposite. The way ESPN over covers the Lakers, we are like the inverse. Every single bit of what should be covered for the Raptors is that percentage is going to the Lakers as far as coverage and even investigating or even paying attention. So they're not experts or qualified to opine on the Raptors because they're not doing the work. They're not doing the work. They're not doing the work like we are up here, watching them day in, day out, 365 days a year. No, they're not doing the work. They don't know the Raptors. They don't pay attention. They don't do it on purpose because they're lazy. And in some ways, them being NBA experts that know the Raptors, you don't know the Raptors, Tim Bontemps. You don't know the Raptors, Zach Cram, you fuck faces. That's right. You don't know them. You don't know them, Gavini. You don't know them, Woo. That's right. You do not know them, ESPN writers. You do not study them correctly. And that's why, in some ways, there you go. Kareem Thomas saying we have a great starting five and we have a gold pipeline of potential. We do. I really like what he's saying there. Gold pipeline. Yeah, Shed is amazing. Jamison Battle has such potential to be a dead-eye sharpshooter in the NBA as a role player for many, many years to come. We got this new kid out of South Carolina that is a crazy defensive player. We got a winner in Elijah Martin, who's just coming off a national championship. What's not to like? Shamshay looking like the second coming of Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, come on now. The Raptors have some real potential gems coming up in the next couple of years to take more and more responsibilities and make big leaps as great NBA players. And I wish people would recognize that when they do the rankings of the best young cores in the NBA, they leave the Raptors out. They forget about them. They omit them, and they need to stop doing that. Because, look, an under 25 core in this league, the Raptors are top 3 right now. They're top 3. If you're not putting the Raptors in the top 3, not the top 5, top 3 best young cores in the NBA right now, Toronto Raptors, Scotty Barnes leading them, along with Emmanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett, and all the rest. Grady Dick. Yeah, top 3 under 25 group out of all the groups in the league. Top 3. That's how I truly believe it right there. That is right. That's right. That's right. We have a great starting 5. And we have a gold pipeline of potential. This rebuild needs to be scientifically studied in a lab in Yale. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, do they do research and studies like that on that? I don't know if they do. Kaz is saying the mint chocolate chip Chapman's ice cream is so good. That's right. Go and get it. Kaz is up at 5 a.m. and he's sleepwalking. He's sleepwalking through the house with his phone, checking his fantasy, and going to get that Chapman's mint ice cream out at 5 a.m. I can see it. Kaz is like, one eye open. He's like making his move for aerial powers, and he's got the spoon in the other hand. love it. I love it. I want to have that vision in my head. That's like the life Kaz lives. This is a beautiful life. That's right. Most saying happy birthday to Brandon Ingram. That's right. It is Brandon's birthday today. Thank you to Raptors Admin for bringing that up. Brandon is, as of today, guys, he is 28 today. Brandon, happy birthday, man. Big BI3, notorious BI3. That's right. Let's go look at the Instagram stories. Why not? They put Jeremy Lin on blast on Raptors official admin because he retired, and they got a picture of him kissing Larry O'Brien in the Raptors championship gear. You gotta love that. You gotta love that. Jeremy not really embracing his Raptors chapter as hard as his New York chapter. And I get it, because your greatness was kind of more in New York and more prominent. But still, man, you can't discount your championship in the NBA with the Toronto Raptors, my guy. No, you can't. They've got a highlight of Mamu Sandro hitting a dunk, throwing a dunk down on Greece the other day. Yeah, massive poster dunk, but they lost. And there's the happy birthday wish from Raptors official to Brandon Ingram this morning. Love to see that. Jamal McGlure has got Azaze Di Rosario's interview from the League Cup Finals. I don't know what's going on there. I guess that's a Canadian guy who plays soccer. He's got a sandwich with a burger and a cheese on, saying this is what a Big Mac looked like when I was growing up, Jamal McGlure. And then also he's saying, as a man, you must become numb to life and just handle your business. You know, this is true to an extent. I think that it's true that you need to be numb to life and handle your business in the moment, but don't forget to decompress later and debrief and let all that energy out at some point. You can't hold it in. You're going to be bad for yourself. That's toxic masculinity, when you're silently suffering because you believe that men aren't supposed to have feelings or emotions or go through things. You can't do that. I understand in the moment that you have to be numb and man up and go through those periods of time and do what you have to do at that moment. But there should always be a decompress at some point where you can let it all out. Because if you're not getting a regular allowance to express yourself, you're very likely to be a pressure cooker and become a very stressed out, angry person. You need that. You need that outlet. You need something, whatever it is. Maybe it's a hobby. Maybe it's just talking to a professional. Maybe, there's all kinds of different ways you can get this out. And I don't think you should just become numb to life and just go through life not feeling things. You need to feel your shit and get it worked through. Because if you don't, well, you're probably becoming a toxic person. Let's just put it that way. Jonathan Mobo is with BMAC at the gym. That's right. We see the inside of the gym, and we see Scotty Barnes in the red shorts. Jonathan sitting on the sideline, and some guy named Kyle Felt. And this is Brian Macon, his account. And yeah, Scotty and Jonathan are at the gym in South Florida working out with Brian Macon as of yesterday, it seems like. Serge Ibaka's got the basketball between his feet, and he's back on the court still. This man's not giving up his career yet. He's in tip-top shape still, and he still wants to be relevant and doing something. I don't know, Serge. Have you thought about coaching for the Raptors? I don't know if that would be something in your card. Maybe we could get you in line to be the 905 coach next year. I don't know. I don't know what the right idea for you at this point, Serge. Maybe you should just become a regular YouTube host and make your music, do all your stuff out of here in Toronto as a hub. And, you could do How Hungry Are You episodes with players that come through town during the NBA season all year long, and just film a bunch of them and just do that show. That show's awesome. I don't know why you don't do that show anymore. Yeah, and make your music too, of course. Your music is very important. Savannah Hamilton, Ashley Docking, Cinderella stories. And they are talking about WNBA dads. WNBA dads are coming, is what they're saying. We've got insight at another place in South Florida where Raptors are working out right now. Is Remy's in Hollywood, Florida, the main place where Gary Trent Jr. works out every summer. Well, Emmanuel's been there pretty regularly every summer too. And it looks like he brought some of his Raptor friends to the workout that I'm looking at here. I can see Brandon Ingram in this frame. I can also see Jakob Poeltl in this frame working out with Remy and Emmanuel. And I think RJ's there also. I think that it looks like RJ, Jakob, Brandon, and Emmanuel, 4 of our starters without Scotty, are all at Remy Hollywood working out in the Blue Walled gym. Jacoby Walters on relaxation. He is not posting workout stuff. He's wearing the bow tie tux, because a friend of his got married, guys. So there's a lot of posts of him with the happy couple, the married couple, and Jacoby smiling and cheesing real big. And there they are throwing the couple around on their chairs. That's Opa. Throw them around. Jostle them real good. Jostle them. Jostle. So there's a happy couple, a happy wedding, and Jacoby Walter's there. He's part of it. And he's smiling. He's cheesing. He's having that good life. There you go. Teresa Resch putting up blast all the WNBA games and where you can find them on TV here in Canada. So if you want to where to watch the WNBA in Canada this week, Teresa Resch has got your back on that. She'll post it. Pascal Siakam's in Amsterdam with Red Bull, and he's filming stuff for Red Bull, and he's filming himself being cool in Amsterdam. But Siakam's just a cool dude. He's just cool, man. He's in Amsterdam. AJ Lawson's really proud of doing the Hello and Welcome podcast. He's posted this a couple of times the last few days, appearing with William Liu and Alex Wong. We look forward to seeing that episode when it releases from the weekend events this past weekend. Jamal Shed is listening to Morgan Wallen. Morgan Wallen seems like a very popular country artist these days. A lot of people listening to him. Now, I don't want to read into this in any kind of way, but the song that Jamal Shed is playing from Morgan Wallen is Miami. Yeah, that may be because he's down there working out with the other guys. But yeah, it's got Chef's Kiss on this. He really likes the song Miami by Morgan Wallen. And there he is doing the ball work, rolling his legs on the ball and working on his shoulder and arm strength. Very interesting workout there that Jamal's doing there, the drill that Jamal made famous. And there he's twinning with his friend Jade, who plays for the Broncos. They're twinning out. They're twinning. That's what he's saying there. Let's see what else we got. Slim Duck has got this guy who's making Judge Judy sound like a mob boss. That's weird. Chris Boucher, I don't know. I'm still following you, and I should still follow you. But in some ways, I know you're going to be posting Celtic stuff too. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I can't anymore. I'll be tapping out at some point. He's got some guy on a date, and he's singing Big Steppa to his date, and it says he's not getting a second date because the guy, it is pretty bad. It is pretty bad. And then also Chris has Roman Reigns saying, when someone tries to give me advice, but their birth year starts with a 2, sorry, not sorry. Chris being a little ageist, being someone who was born in the 90s, looking down on people that were born in the 2000s and beyond for giving him advice. You're going to tell me how to live my life? What? I'll bet there's some young Celtics teammate that's trying to tell him how to be. Garrett Temple is really celebrating his children the last few days. He's saying, happy birthday to my favorite 5-year-old, you're smart, kind, and the big best brother. There you go. Best big brother. Yeah. So I think his son's birthday was just recently, Garrett Jr., and he's just really proud of his son. His son is only 5, but he's being a very conscientious, great older brother to his sisters. And he's they're raising him right. They're trying to raise him the right way, Garrett and his wife, Kara. So that's fantastic. So, yeah, we want to see the young Temples. They're going to be great people in the future. They're already great people. That's right. Colin Murray Boyles has got some guy dunking. Who is that? Well, sometimes he just posts stuff. ARDZ, 49ers basketball. I don't know who that is. No idea who that is. Let's see. Norman Powell, understand the grind with Apollo and Odin and the dog crew out by the pool on Labor Day, morning views. He's got some nice food. That looks good. What is this food he's putting on there? I guess he's putting on blast some sort of cubes called Behave or something like that. I don't know. He's putting on blast some. There's a Labor Day sale for Understand the Grind gear, 30% off yesterday. I don't know if it's still going on today. It's not Labor Day anymore. So you got to get that done now. Norman Powell working out for the off season and getting ready for Miami Heat season is what's going on there. Let's see what else we got. Norman wishing everybody a happy Labor Day also there. Let's see. SGA has got some kids with the Converse SGAs. Very cool at the basketball camp. And Bruno Fernando's still celebrating Angola's AfroBasket Championship. Very, very much celebrating that like every day. There's your Instagram stories. Lots going on there. Happy birthday, Brandon Ingram. 28 today, guys. 28. Kareem Thomas saying, not a huge fan of players and podcasts during the season, but Unleash Michael Porter Jr. He's unhinged, a little bit of stupid and oblivious to reading the room. People are putting a microphone to his face knowing he's going to say some dumb shit. Yeah, one of the dumbest things I heard Michael Porter say in that podcast that Kareem's talking about is he often, when he's single, right? He doesn't have a woman in his life. He's very much single. And there's a reason why. Because one of the things he does when he goes out with new women, he starts talking like about Andrew Tate. Like he's a big believer in Andrew Tate. I mean, that tells you a lot of reason why he's single right now. And he believes in the male chauvinism and the sex trafficking of the Andrew Tate mindset. So he'll start talking up Andrew Tate in his date with the woman. And then he's like saying in some ways, I test to see if she's like liberated or not. And if she's like mad at me for talking about Andrew Tate and doesn't want to talk to me anymore, good. Because that's how I weed them out. Well, I have a feeling whenever he brings up Andrew Tate, I would say almost every single time the woman is like turned off and they're just like, yeah, I don't want to have anything to do with you. This is similar in a lot of ways with a lot of different people. Women are turned off by men that are into Andrew Tate, Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan. They don't like people, Charlie Kirk. They hate the guys that are like this, that are into this shit. And a lot of women don't like MAGA men too. So Michael Porter is hilarious because he tests out Andrew Tate on women to see their reaction. And he's like, oh, well, I didn't want them anyway if it's like that. So he's hoping that he'll find a bimbo, somebody stupid who doesn't know who Andrew Tate is and just like, oh, okay. So he can be a chauvinist and kind of mimic the toxic masculinity of Andrew Tate. I don't know. He's not worth listening to. You can hear him and laugh at him because he's stupid. But in some ways, it's kind of sad that he's somebody who has the beliefs that he has. That whole family is idiotic. Honestly, I have no respect for the Porter family, especially Jonte. And Michael Porter Jr., he may be the most successful Porter, but he's still a dumbass and an idiot. And this year he plays for Brooklyn Nets. So it's hilarious. Yeah. Adriana's saying, giving away all my secrets. Oh, yeah. I guess, yeah, a little bit of giving away your secrets, coming out here, stealing my sorbet. That's right. Smooth saying, 24 games left in the regular season for the Blue Jays. Pray they can hold on. It's getting tight. Boston, New York, only 2.5 games back. Yeah, I was looking at the standings this weekend. I don't normally look at the Blue Jays stuff, but in some ways, I almost did a Sunday report on the Blue Jays, guys. But I looked at the schedule and I was like, man, they still have another month to go, and I don't want to jinx them. In some ways, if I do a stream on the Blue Jays this month, it's because I'm struggling to get to the training camp. That it's just like we don't have enough to talk about basketball-wise, that I may actually do a Blue Jays stream before the end of the regular season for them and go a little more in depth. And Reggie, I might really need you that day with your baseball expertise because I do want to give some shine to the Blue Jays and their success this year. And it may just really help me get one stream topic out of the way. So guys, don't be shocked if I do a Blue Jays centric stream this month, closer to the end of the MLB season. Because, yeah, I don't want to jinx them, though. If I did it this past Sunday and then they plummeted below those teams, I'd be like, oh, I can't forgive myself. So in some ways, I'm not paying attention to them until the very end. And it may be, somewhere around when fall begins that I'm going to be covering the Blue Jays all of a sudden. And I'll need Reggie in the stream that day. That's right. Most saying, I love the recent Dennis Schroeder update. Yeah, that was great. That Lithuanian fan, that was really special. Because listen, it's true. Old Europe has some very ensconced, systemic, racist kind of beliefs. And it's messed up. There is a lot of immigration now in this world for different reasons. And there are more immigrants in different places. And they're easy to be fall guys or put blame on them. For a lot of problems that don't have anything to do with them, honestly. A lot of the issues that plague society are because of the corporations and the ultra rich and the billionaires. They cause the problems. It's not the immigrants that cause the problems. In some ways, they're easy scapegoat, boogeyman. And they're a misdirection. So in some ways, in some of those old Europe countries with having, battles about immigration and letting people in, there's some people that are racist and they're very much just old school racist. And in Europe and Eastern Europe, there can be this kind of stuff. I mean, when I went to Estonia last year, I didn't see a whole lot of people of color. And in some ways that bothered me. But I did see some people of color, and I did see people were, it was a free society and everybody could like interact and everybody had chances and stuff. But old school mentalities, old Europe mentalities are messed up. And we see it in our, I know with my grandmother who's 103, she has some beliefs that are really antiquated and kind of messed up. And I tried to talk to her about it when she was younger, but it is what it is. But yeah, any kind of racism like what happened to Dennis Schroeder is unacceptable. But I do like the makeup by that Lithuanian fan that came with that sign and said, "Look, we're not all like this, and we support you, Dennis, and we love you." And this is from Finland and Lithuania towards you, Dennis. And that sentiment was very nice. There are ugly people out there that are going to do travesties and injustices, but the people that are going to make up for it, they're beautiful souls that will come out and heal the wound. And that's what we want. That's what we want. We want healing and we want goodness. And we want to put the focus on those people. Like that guy who came in and made that sign is very nice. Wayne saying, "Morning, Raptor Freaks. The gambling cohort has no incentive to highlight the Raptors when there's money to be made. One just has to revisit their reviews of us in 2019 to see what they said at that time." Yeah. Yeah, you can. That's interesting. The receipts are out there. Go see what these people said about the Raptors championship chances in 2018 summer, going into the year 2018, 2019. No, we weren't even on the radar for being a championship contender. They wouldn't give us that. No, they should have, though, because we were showing the signs of rising up on that escalator to the Larry O'Brien. It's just that, they never want to give that reality a platform. They never would want to do that. Wayne's exactly right. Exactly right. Now, I don't know about the gambling cohort and all this kind of stuff. In some ways with gambling, with teams that people don't pay attention to or don't understand, there's easy money to be made. And that's why I say the Raptors may be actually darlings to gambling people, because in some ways, the perception of the Raptors is so off. If you can understand the reality of the Raptors, you can actually make it very lucrative. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Kareem's saying, wait, there's a gender of Scotty's child, male, female, or a Raptor. I think they revealed it the other day on his channel. At one point, I think somebody said he had a daughter, but I'm not totally sure. I'm not going to, this is something I don't care about, because in some ways, this is none of my business. Garrett wants to put his kids on blast on his Instagram, his son, his daughters. That's up to him. Fred has put his kids on the blast in the past, but he's really kind of tightened up on showing his kids at this point. You're not seeing Fred Jr. and Sana and Layla all the time like they were when they were babies. I think Fred has really kind of pivoted to being more private about his family. Scotty is completely private about Alyssa and his child. And he should be in some ways, because it's none of anybody's business. And that's one thing I would say. And this is probably why Scott, in some ways, is like, I like content creators like Raptors Freak, is because he's not trying to pry into my life and do tabloid shit. I have no idea what the gender of Scott's kid is. I couldn't figure out who the gender of Chris Boucher's kid was for the longest time either, but I'm pretty sure he has a son at this point. But I've heard that Scotty has a son. I've heard that Scotty has a daughter. I don't know. In some ways, I don't care. It's not what's important. I may find out at some point the sex of Scotty's child, but in some ways, that was never ever something that was on my list of I need to know. It's not important, because that's personal life. That's Scott's personal life. I care about what he does on the court. I care about what he does in between the lines for the 48 minutes of an NBA game. And yeah, that's it right there. Smooth saying Roman Reigns is a T supporter, man. He is. A lot of these guys in the WWE they're idiots. They really are. I mean, Undertaker's an idiot. $1 Million Man's an idiot. Hogan was an idiot. These guys, a lot of them were idiots. Yeah, there's some good wrestlers that are on the other side and fighting, like Kevin Nash and Mick Foley, and whatchamacallit. There's a guy who's actually doing a lot of stuff. Brody King. Wow, the stuff he's doing anti-ice stuff, gimmicks in his wrestling and stuff like that. There's been some really good wrestlers fighting on the right side, but that's sad to hear about Roman Reigns. I mean, I feel like Roman Reigns is kind of a dummy. I've always thought he wasn't that smart as a person. Like, he's a himbo. And this makes sense. I mean, I want to like the guy, but in some ways I don't. I don't like him. I've never really watched wrestling where he's been important. I stopped wrestling in 2005. I don't watch it. It's been 20 years since I've watched wrestling closely. And Roman Reigns has been in that 20 years. So I don't really know him that well. In some ways, I don't care. Mo saying, please send prayers for my family as my brother you met at my party broke his legs going for surgery today. He broke his legs, like plural. Wow. Ah, that sucks, Mo. Yeah, we'll definitely think about your brother. It was really nice to meet him at your birthday party this summer. Man, that sucks. Yeah, definitely prayers to your brother. And as he's getting surgery and healing and recovery, we definitely want him to be fully 100% back. That's scary. That's scary. What happened? I don't. I guess I shouldn't ask. In some ways, it's none of my business. I just hope that your brother has a very successful surgery. Wow, wow. Smooth saying he should stick with sex workers, man. Michael Porter Jr. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be that way, just be that way. You're not gonna find a woman long term for yourself with that mentality. Nah, Andrew Tate is a sex trafficker. He's taken young women against their will and used them just like Jeffrey Epstein. And in some ways, he's been convicted of this and he's been in trouble for this. He's not somebody for young men to look up to. People that look up to Andrew Tate, you're losers. You're the exact opposite of what he tells you everybody else is in him. You guys are the losers. You guys are insecure, sorry ass, toxic masculinity, pieces of shit that mistreat women and perpetuate really bad stereotypes and ideas about things. And yeah, Andrew Tate, two finger salute for you and a two finger salute for Ed Rogers III. There you go. I had to get that quote in. I've been missing my Ed Rogers two finger salutes. I kind of feel bad, man. Blackhawks here. Neil saying, sorry to hear that, Mo, sending prayers his way. Yeah. Yeah. Neil got to meet him too. Reggie saying, not putting down sex work, to be clear. I just mean that those ladies fake it for the money. Well, in some ways, it's like, look, if you're not serious about a proper equal relationship with your partner, you want to have just a sex toy that you can be a toxic masculinity Andrew Tate person with. Yeah, you should just do what Reggie's saying. You should just have call girls and never, you will never ever have a steady domestic partner because in some ways you're toxic as fuck with your mentality about the roles of men and women. That listen, this is a crazy thing. MAGA's so stupid. They think they can roll everything back to 1950 after, women's rights, civil rights, gay rights, all these different rights have been coming up. No, 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 no. The thing is, there's a lot of women out there that are pissed off right now. And you know what they say about a woman scorned? You don't want to mess with them. They're the ones that are getting out in the street like yesterday on Labor Day. In the peaceful protests yesterday that were massive across the United States. Tons and tons of people taken to the streets once again against dictatorship, against MAGA, against Donald Trump, and for democracy, for freedom, for gay rights, for immigrant rights, for women's rights. And, this is the thing. These people are pissed and they're going to come. And you think they're going to just say, oh, yeah, let's go back to the 50s. I'm barefoot and pregnant. And I'm in the kitchen again as a woman. No, 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 no. You guys are stupid. Do you think idiots like Andrew Tate that are toxic masculinity that think that they could domineer women are going to be able to domineer women back into that? Nope, they ain't going back. Mm-mm. And you can see it in stuff like the front lines where there's fights. Like right now, Trump is getting rid of all the black leaders of different departments right now. The head of the CDC, this person. They're getting rid of all these people. Like the head of the Fed. She can't even fire the head of the Fed. But she's like the first black woman to ever be the head of the Fed. And he's targeting her, in some ways it's anti-DEI. He's like, oh, you just got the job because you're black. Bullshit. She got her job despite being black because it was hard for her to get there. And in some ways, it's even harder. That means she's really good at her job. Seriously, trust me. Somebody tried to take her down before. I mean, she got all the way there. And you know what? He can't get rid of her. That's the funny thing because he can't legally actually fire her. But he's trying. And she's digging in. And that's the thing. That's the stuff we need right now is a strong black woman who's in the Fed chair right now saying, no, you ain't telling me what to do, motherfucker. I know the rules. I know the Constitution, and you are not allowed to dislodge me from this position. This is the kind of resistance and important stuff that's going on right now. And like these old, antiquated, misogynist, racist, bigoted views that the MAGA and Trumpers have right now, they're not going to win because they're not popular and they're not progress. They're going backwards. They're regressive. And young people, they may fall for some of it because they're dumb, because they fall into sad incel little places or weird places of hate. But most young people are aware and smart, and they have the internet, and they're able to look at this and they're able to say, no, this is like going backwards to like 1950. Nobody wants to do this. Nobody wants to do this. And they're going to find out. They're going to find out. The resistance is going to be strong, and we're not going to go back. We can't. As much as they want to idealize and make this world back to that place where, separate but equal, civil, all the stuff, roll back all the civil rights stuff, roll back all the women's rights stuff. They can't do it. They can't do it. They can try, and they'll try and force it with military, police, but they won't be able to do it. The resistance will be creative. It'll be fun, and it will get done. Trust me. It'll get done. That's right. That's right. Kaloy saying, morning, Lex and Rap Freak family. Good morning to you, Carlo JS and Santino. Hope you're having a great Tuesday morning. Hey, y'all, I was seeing all the Trump is dead tweets. Is it true? Whoa, I don't know. There's somebody saying Trump is dead. I don't know. Maybe I need to go look at Yahoo's page or something like that. Let me see. Where's a good place for me to check on this? I don't know. I don't think he's dead. I think that's just people getting crazy on online, just trying to figure out what's going on. No, he's not on here, man. I don't see it. I mean, that would be huge news if that was true. There's just a lot of people thinking that he's going to die soon is what it is. Adriana's saying, good thoughts, Mo. Yeah, she's sending good thoughts. Mo's saying, how do you think Evan Gilliard will do on G League United? We're watching together, Lex. I don't even know how to watch those games. Now, you remember, G League United is just a traveling team. It's not really like a competitive team. They're basically going over there to showcase the G League and their players. And they'll play like local teams in China, just in friendlies. And it won't be anything for Olympics or FIBA or anything like that. It's basically just a promotion tour to promote the G League. And it's not serious. It's like an exhibition. So he's just kind of coming over there just to be a representative of the league in China. And that's it. I think he'll be fine. I mean, Evan's been having a fantastic year. The momentum for Evan Gilliard from this time last year to now is amazing, considering he was like the third point guard for the 905 at the beginning of the season, and he ended up being the starter by the end of the year. And then this season for CBL for Calgary Surge has just been exemplary. And wasn't he at Summer League with us too? I think he was. No, he wasn't. I don't think so. But yeah, Evan Gilliard II is having a fantastic year all around professionally for himself. And, getting this honor to go and represent G League United is an honor. It's an honor, but it's not really anything that's important. It's an exhibition, and it's kind of like a goodwill tour. It's kind of like James Harden going over to China to meet people and shake hands and get advertisements and stuff like that. It's kind of like that. Wayne saying sex toys. China has the solution. Very realistic, adjustable, and choices galore. These incels should put down the guns and buy dolls instead. Wayne's hilarious, man. And in some ways, I could hear that in his voice because, I mean, I'm hanging out with Wayne on Discord all the time. And, we're saying crazy stuff on there. Yeah, I mean, this is not a bad idea. In some ways, it's like, hey, we have a program. We'll buy back your guns and we'll trade it for a sex toy. I mean, maybe this could work at some point if things really devolve. It's like, you idiots, you're being violent and crazy. You need an outlet. Here, this is a sex robot. Here you go. We're going to get to this point or something like that. I mean, this is kind of weird conversation, honestly. This is a really kind of weird conversation. All right, let's keep going with the tabs. Let's see what else I got on my tabs. I got Raptors Reddit. Let's go see what they're saying. They're put up a Jamario Moon appreciation post last night. So people want to appreciate Jamario Moon. Should we appreciate Jamario Moon more on this channel? Do I need to do a Share the Love Club for Jamario Moon, or maybe a Tuesday trivia on Jamario Moon? Maybe I will. Maybe I will. These people keep finding cool hats, Raptors hats everywhere. This guy found this at a flea market. It's a Raptors hat. Okay. Sandro Mamu's big dunk at Eurobasket against Greece. Pretty cool. That's been on blast in different places. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of new on a Raptors Reddit. It is slow. It is the middle of the summer, and it is slow. It is slow right now. So yeah, not a lot there. Not a lot there. Let's see. Is Blue Sky saying something about this? No, there isn't. A judge has said that Trump's use of military in Los Angeles violated federal law. No duh. No duh. That does make some sense. It just says there right now. Also, guys, it's Brandon Ingram's birthday today, guys. 28 years old, Brandon Ingram, Notorious BI3. But also, it's Sam Mitchell's birthday, y'all. Sam Mitchell, Coach Smitch. Happy birthday, Mitchell. Yeah, our guy Sam. Sam getting all mad at the guy on NBA TV, telling everybody his address down in Florida. We love Sam Mitchell, coach of the year for the Raptors. I'm actually cool with Sam at this point. I think that he's shown enough affinity and feistiness and fun. And in some ways, he's come back around with Raptors. He's not putting us down all the time. I've seen you down south putting us down. You're better about this now, Sam. You get it. And I appreciate you. And in some ways, all right, I'm glad you weathered the storm and you're still on the Raptors broadcast, semi-drunk sometimes, talking out your ass with Leo Routens. That's been fun. You and Kate Burness and Leo Routens on TSN, talking out your ass before games with your glazy eyes. It's so funny. So happy birthday, Sam Mitchell. I won't even say how old you are just because I'm trying to be nice. How about that? All right. Wow. We did the classic card already. So we can really finish up right at 90 minutes, man. Fiercely saying, sending positive and healing vibes to your brother, Monique. Yeah, this is crazy. I have questions, but it's not my place to ask them. Kareem saying, I hate that T is breaking so many laws and not being penalized for it. I'm tired of that shit. I hope Melania leaves him and goes to live with the Obamas. This is so weird, man. What? All right. I'm with you. That's, as people who have a sense of justice and right and wrong, as people that have seen, some people get subjugated and punished and other people just get free passes. It's not right. There's something inside of me that gets really mad about that too. And in some ways, I've had to turn this off and just say, we live in a criminal cartoon world right now where criminals are celebrated and they are not punished. And that's just the sad truth right now. But that doesn't mean that's going to be the going forward forever kind of thing. No, things will right themselves. The pendulum of public favor and different things will swing. And as long as we don't let them grip in with a totalitarian, authoritative, like militarized control, we should be able to still control the situation. Now, part of the problem is they're going to start putting military at polling places to intimidate, just like they do in Russia, just like they do in small banana republics where they want you to vote for a very specific person and they want to intimidate you in the polls. So there's going to be a lot of brave American voters that are going to have to come into the polling places and try and vote amidst machine guns and military being there, trying to make them feel like they shouldn't vote for the right thing. And that's going to be crazy. That's really dictatorship kind of stuff. This is the thing. There are people that are keeping track. There are people in each department, whether it's the forestry, whether it's the CDC, whether it's whatever department that he's decimated. They're keeping track of where it was, what it was. They're keeping track of all the indiscretions, the injustices, the illegality of what he's doing, and they will come back with receipts. Trust me. He may be dead and gone, but they will posthumously or after his death, they will they will bring the truth and the history about Donald Trump out. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the Epstein files come out after Donald dies. And it really points exactly what we all thought. And his complete legacy is completely tarnished. And everybody who had anything to do with MAGA will look like a Nazi. They will look like a Nazi. So I'm hoping for this reality to come. This is true, man. The guy's just breaking rules left and right. And you know what? Some people will hold him to the fire and they'll get him in the end. Trust me, they will. Some people are wanting to get him for punitive reasons because he's destroyed their lives. And in some case, they'll come back around and say all the NASA people that got fired, all the IRS people that got fired, all the education people that got fired, everybody who got fired for different reasons. Hello, come on back. He's gone. We want you to come back if you want to, then take your jobs back, and we're going to set it all back up. And in some ways, we're going to fix some of the stuff that you damaged and destroyed, and we'll try and get it better and get it back. But yeah, this is going to have to happen at some point for the world to heal. It's going to have to happen. Yeah. Kaloy's saying he's going to die soon. Yeah, I mean, I don't not believe you because listen, he's in one of the most stressful jobs in the entire world, and he was not in good health already. I mean, in some ways, we can tell he's not in a good place right now. Most saying he only broke one leg. I wrote legs on a toy scooter. Lex, he only back one leg. I wrote legs on a toy scooter. Okay, so he only broke one of his legs. He didn't break both his legs. Okay, that's why I was like wondering why did he break both his legs? Is the mafia involved? Seriously, did he jump out of a very high window and landed on both his legs and broke both of them? Because those are the only ways that happens. Usually, if you break both legs, something like an accident in a car, or you jumped out of a window from a very high level, that you broke both your legs. So he only broke one of his legs, and he broke it on a toy scooter. He was riding around on a toy scooter, and he broke his leg. Just one leg. That's good. If it's one leg, that's workable. Two legs is tough. It's tough. Yeah, Kaloy saying, and then it's the couch fucker we need to deal with. That guy, though, is not that charismatic. That guy is not that likable. That guy does not have the cult of personality that Donald Trump does. He didn't do a reality show for years and make a bunch of stupid like comments and was in pop culture for decades and decades and decades. I was really invested in. No, JD Vance is a fake hillbilly who a lot of people see right through. And in some ways, a lot of people don't like him in the MAGA, even like they like Trump. So I'm just saying it's going to change if Trump goes away. And JD Vance is not going to be able to fill his shoes and do exactly the same thing. He will not. They will try to use him as a puppet and a figurehead, but in some ways, he'll be rejected in a lot of ways that Trump wasn't. And it'll be very interesting to see how that changes when that is very likely to change. It is. I mean, there's a very high chance that JD Vance is going to have to be president partly because of this, but who knows? Maybe there's going to be the ability to impeach him and actually get after him better than Trump because of certain reasons. Who knows? Who knows? Most saying W stream, W vibe, go Raptors for life. Keep at it always, Lex. Raptor Freak Crew strong forever, helping me limit the comments. I appreciate that, Mo. We did the classic card already, so I don't need to do it still. Chloe saying this is what I hope for is a cult of personality. Once the personality dies, the cult dies. That's often the truth. That is often the truth. That that charismatic leader is the one who holds all the power, and when they go away, well, a lot of that power goes away too. So as much as JD Vance is trying to catch up and get all that, he won't be able to. And in some ways, they'll be marginalized by his own party, honestly. Mitch McConnell and the Republicans will probably, once Trump is out of the way, they will probably try and take control of the party again and try and distance themselves from a lot of the stuff that's happened. Because honestly, right now, right-wing politics are very unpopular in North America right now. And I love that because in some ways they are fuckers. They are the people they're showing they are right now. They always have been. And you know what? If anything, this past year has proven me right on a lot of my politics being left. It's proven me right that it's like, look, you're for people, you're for humanity, you're for rights, you're for equality. And that's what's just and right. And we see the other side of the coin is absolutely dreadful, despicable, and awful. And it's just proven me right. In some ways, it's like some of the people who used to watch our channel and got in disputes with me, they probably are saying, damn, Lex was right in some ways. Seriously, Tom Duke probably thinks about that sometimes. He's probably like, you know what? Lex was right. These rich people are assholes and they are trying to fuck up our world. You know, I wonder if Tom actually does realize that at some point. He's saying, yeah. Or David's wondering about Elon. He's like, you know what? Elon was a fucker for doing this. Lex was right. They probably don't. Maybe their ego's in the way and they're probably like, I can't admit Lex was right on this. You know, and I'm not even having a chance to think ta-da, motherfucker is smart enough to figure this out. But maybe he is. Maybe he's like, I am the Canadian cowboy and I do love Canada. And I don't like this anti-Canada stuff coming from Pierre and all this stuff. I don't know. Maybe these people wised up at some point. Maybe. I don't know. Either way, it's not for me to decide. It's their own journey. And that's it. But yeah, we've seen what happens. Trump, Project 2025, roll it back, going back to the 50s, trying to do all this shit. We warned everybody. Project 2025 is their plan. They didn't listen. Oh, it's too outlandish. They couldn't actually do it. Yeah. Well, you're seeing they are actually trying to do it, and they are doing it. And in some ways, we warned everybody last year, vote for Kamala, or you will get this bullshit that we got this year. And it's sad that a lot of people didn't listen. I still don't believe that he actually won. I believe this. I think that Elon tampered with the election by uh, changing some of the results in some of the pertinent counties and some of the important battleground states, like Michigan is a good example. There were some Michigan races in certain counties that were very suspiciously close and just barely the margin that would help Trump, just barely enough to beat Harris. So I don't actually believe that Kamala Harris lost. And maybe I sound like a Trumper in the reverse. I think that Elon bought the election. I don't think that they actually legitimately won that one. I don't think they legitimately won 2016 either. I think that Trump stole that election from Hillary and he stole that election from Kamala. And instead of making a big controversy and making the world all chaotic and crazy, the powers that be just went with it. I don't think Trump actually ever won both times. I think that they manufactured and pushed him and shoved him through is what it is right there. That's right. That's right. G saying, I just got in and Wayne's comment was the first one I saw. He's laughing about it. Yeah. Yeah. It's like take their guns away and give them sex dolls. That's right. Kareem saying Trump wants to remove a mail in ballots. That's all you need to know about the election. Yeah. That, you know what? And this is the crazy thing. He got that advice from Putin. First of all, he met Putin in Alaska on American soil, and he's an absolute dictator and a war criminal. That he shouldn't have never legitimized him like that. And then he took advice from him. Putin basically said, you know, Trump, you would do better if you got rid of mail-in ballots like I did. And you could be a better dictator for the oligarchy if you do this like I'm doing in Russia. Oh, really, Vladimir? Oh, you think I should get rid of mail-in ballots? Yeah, he even said Vladimir told him to do this. Like, what the hell is this? You're taking advice from a dictator who has journalists and his opponents killed and jailed. Like, seriously, we see what you are if that's where you're taking advice from. So it's like, you know, I wish people would wake up and see that Trump is exactly Putin's puppet, absolutely his puppet, and that the United States has lost to Russia because Russia has infiltrated the highest office in your country and controls your country now. The Russians control the United States. And Americans that don't believe that or are not opening their eyes to this, you're idiots. You're absolute idiots. Krasnov is a real thing. And that's what's happening here, man. You know, I mail in ballot, right? And this is a crazy story, guys. This is a crazy, crazy story. I don't know if I should tell you guys this story or not. But, you know, MAGA's out of control. They're sending hats to people, right? They sent a MAGA hat to Newsom just to taunt him. Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, is being really awesome. His tweets are hilarious. And he's being very, very, he's fighting the right fight. He is. He's going dirty like they are. He's stooping to their level and he's fighting with them the right way. Well, they send him a MAGA hat just as a little intimidation or just kind of a message kind of thing. Well, somebody sent me a MAGA hat to my house here. And I got it after I sent in my mail-in valid information to Florida. So I think the Republican Party of Florida sent me a MAGA hat, guys, in the mail. And that message may be tied into what you're talking about. That, you know what, Lex, you're not going to get the mail-in vote anymore because Trump is closing it down. And even though you're an American, you're not allowed to vote in American elections anymore. That's messed up. That's not freedom. That's not democracy. That's not what our forefathers died for. That's messed up right there. Right there. That's right. That's right. Let's see. Wayne saying, gee, I'm a problem solver. China has a product that has a market amongst those socially awkward right wingers. Yeah. I mean, this is what capitalists want to do, make money. Well, find the market and fill it. That's what you need to do. That's right. Kareem saying it's sad that the whole Republican Party hates Trump, but rather fake the hate to keep their position of power. Yeah, that's part of it too, is they've lost sight of what's important in this world. They look at it all as just a game and they want to dominate and destroy and win against the other side when it's so toxic. And it's like it shows the morals and the priorities for these people are absolutely despicable and deplorable. Seriously. Oh, you just want to win. Okay. All right, you won. Now what do you get? What do you get? A degraded planet environmentally, a subjugated lower class that you can look down on so you feel better about your shallow, sorry ass self. Seriously. That's what they want. That's what they want right now. Kaloy saying in Indonesia, people are rioting in politicians' houses because of corruption outrage. There you go. Yeah, the template and the examples around the world, the French would tell us what to do. Oh yeah, I have French friends that are writing stuff on Facebook right now saying you guys need to get off your ass and start burning things. Seriously, there's the French people know how to a revolution. They know how to riot. They know how to make political changes. And Indonesia, it sounds like they do too. They're getting out there and getting in the street. That's right. That's right. Kareem's saying like Trump was on stage making fun of Rubio's wife, and he still backs him like a little puppy. Yeah, that's because he's the emperor with no clothes on, and they're scared of him. They're all fucking wussies and bootlickers and ass kissers. And in some ways, that's what Trump wants. He wants to feel like a king. He wants to feel like he has power. And if anybody says anything bad about him, he wants to crush them. And if you're kissing his ass, oh, he'll push you further and further. So it's that kind of thing. And yeah, he'll make fun of people. He made fun of Ted Cruz's wife too. He made fun of all these people's wives. He made fun of JD Vance, and still he uses him. That's right. James saying 3 more years of this BS. I don't know if it'll be 3 years, man. Seriously, I don't know if it'll be 3 years, James. I don't think that man's going to live that long, and it'll all fall down when he dies. Trust me. This could all end in the next year or so, honestly. Seriously. You might be shocked how quickly people come back and take their country back when there's an opening. And they see, yeah, this is happening now in this way and this way. And, war criminal charges up against JD Vance, they may be easier to make against him. As Trump is so slippery and so good at getting out of all kinds of bullshit legalities, Vance may not be as good at that. Let's just put it that way. Kaloy saying, I'm really glad I found your channel, Lex. A lot of the Raps podcast bros shy away from talking politics. I know. And in some ways it hurts my numbers. And I know that. I know that in some ways there's, a lot of divisions in politics. And in some ways it's like I'm very brash and open about how I feel. And some of it will turn people off. But I really do feel like there's a humanity to my beliefs. There's an equality and there's a justice to my beliefs. It's a much better justice and equality and freedom than the one that the other side is trying to say is this and this. Because their justice and freedom and equality is for a select few and a degradation to everybody else. And I ain't about that. I ain't about that. But yeah, I appreciate that, Kaloy. I know that I'm a certain kind of channel, and not everybody's going to float. I'm not going to float everybody's boat. That's for sure. That's right. Kaloy saying historians generations down the line will wonder how this charisma of Trump railed the stupid base. He really is an outlier. He is and he isn't. This is the tactic of most fascists, is to capitalize on anger and sadness and frustration in the working class. And often manufacturers struggle for that class on purpose so that they're more agitated to hate. That's the thing, that the people like him feed off of hate and not liking other people. And you have to have people uncomfortable. If people are comfortable and they're happy and their lives are taken care of, they'll make better decisions and it'll be more free and just world. But they don't want that. The people that are very much in charge want people to have hard lives where they barely make ends meet so that they're easier to control and manipulate through fear and anger. And if people have their needs met and they're happy, they're going to be more likely to choose the right decisions that are just and fair for everybody. But if you're feeling like it's a dog-eat-dog world and there's only a certain amount for everybody to eat and you have to fight everybody else to get your fight, that's the settings that they want. That's why abundance mindset is one of the biggest ways to fight this whole thing. In some ways, if you can learn about abundance, if you can learn about the mentality of abundance versus scarcity, you can master this world and beat the capitalists, because the lie of capitalism is scarcity. There's scarcity. There's only this amount of this, and they'll manufacture this amount of PlayStation 5s. So they're scarce. And then everybody wants demand. Well, that's the model for everything. If we planted fruit trees on public lands everywhere, some people's mentality was like, but people are going to steal the fruit. No, let the fruit tree be out in the park. And anybody who happens upon an apple that's ready to eat, why can't they just pick it up and eat it? Because the mentality of capitalism is that somebody owns that apple tree, even if it's on a public parkland. See, that's the crazy thing. They don't want you to have abundance. We could plant fruit trees all over public lands and everybody be able to eat. But they don't want that, because then the grocers and that grocery market would not make their money the way they want to, because people's needs would be met. That's why they don't like homesteaders and people off the grid, because they're not dependent on getting their services from the city whether it's electricity or water or whatever. And they're in some ways more self-sufficient. So self-sufficiency and the believing of abundance are real powers against the capitalist myths of scarcity. And abundance can be all kinds of things. You grow your own food and you have way too many tomatoes because you grew so many tomatoes this year. You have an abundance. Well, I'll go to my neighbor's house and say, hey, you want some of my tomatoes? Maybe I'll take them down to the farmer's market and sell them for real cheap to the community down there. So yeah, there's actually abundance in our world. It's just that we have a lot of greedy people that want to make a world of scarcity to drive the masses to fight amongst themselves for resources, when actually, if we really doled everything out right, everybody be taken care of and everybody be fine. But that's not what they want. They don't want all the people to have houses and be fed. They want people to be in bad shape so that they can be easier manipulated. And that's the messed up thing about it. And they're going in the direction where they want people to economically crash more and more. They want more people to lose more houses. They want more people to be starving. They want more people to lose their health care. They want more people to die. Let's just put it that way. In some ways, they are actually trying to cull people's lives at this point. How many older people that need diabetes medicine that aren't going to have it next year are going to die? Seriously, because of Medicaid cuts and the inability to keep certain, prescriptions that keep people alive. It's crazy. Count your blessings and believe in an abundance mindset, because it's one of the biggest weapons against the myth of capitalist scarcity. Seriously. Out in the yard, I can find abundance without any corporate entity involved with me at all. I can grow what I want out here and I'll eat it. And nobody has to be involved. No money system, no nothing. And I'll take care of myself. I'm going to move more and more towards that. If I have to eat dandelions, I will, because actually they're healthy for you. They're actually a really good thing to eat. You'd be shocked how many of the weeds they taught us are actually very useful plants for us nutritionally to be able to eat. So yeah, this is all stuff right there. That's right. 2-finger salute to that guy down there and Ed Rogers III and Keith Pelly. Why not? We'll get Keith Pelly real quick here. All right, let's wrap up the show for today. A little bit more politics today. There's a lot of politics in the world. Some people say don't talk politics. No, everybody needs to be involved in politics. If you're not involved in what's going on right now, well, you're going to be ruled by idiots. And that's what happens. When you're apathetic about politics and not being involved, not exercising your right to vote, well, idiots rise to the top and take control of your country and rule you. And that's what's happened. Too much of us have been apathetic or not on top of things, trying to keep on top. And idiots have come and ran in there, and they're running the country at this point. So you know what? This is where you get mobilized and you get agitated and you get activated to go do something about it. Get out in the street like you did yesterday, America. And I commend everybody who protested yesterday. Thank you for standing up for democracy and freedom, and keep going out there until your job is done. That's right. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow we'll be on Wow Wednesday. I'll be back at 9:30 a.m. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, join the channel if you feel like it. Discord has privileges. Facebook has privileges too. On Facebook, you'll get the latest news on the Raptors and Canada basketball news topics from Trevor J and Monique and many other people that are in there posting stuff constantly. And on Discord, we have watch parties all the time where we'll be watching some basketball or other stuff on there. So you can join and get access to those. Thank you, Isaac Campbell, for the apples. Yeah, that's right. My apple tree is doing good. It's very happy. My cherry tree has a little bit of Japanese beetle infestation, but I'm clearing them out. And my pear tree is quite happy in its spot too. So yeah, I got some cool fruit trees, and hopefully they're going to be bearing fruit in the years to come. That's right. Kaloy saying 6 weeks and 2 days till NBA tip off. That's right, baby. That's right. Media day is in 4 weeks, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 weeks, and media day and training camp will be here, guys. I'm all about it. All right, let's go Raptors. Let's go Team Canada. Let's go CBL. Let's go Toronto Tempo. That's right. Canada's potential greatness is not tied to the U.S. We're not going down with them. This is very important that we keep things separate, and that's why I'm very heavily promoting Canada by Canada. Seriously, this is the best way we can support ourselves, is to buy as much products from Canada and Canadian companies. Seriously, everything you can buy. Think about where it comes from, and think about getting the choice that is Canadian made. If you're thinking about going to get a fast food burger this afternoon, don't go to McDonald's. No, go to A&W. What are you doing? Go to A&W. That's 100% Canadian, and that will be going towards it. If you want to go get a pizza later, don't go to Pizza Hut. No, go to Pizza Pizza. Go to Pizza Pizza. If you want a cup of coffee, don't go to Starbucks. Go to Second Cup. There are all the Canadian alternatives for everything, and you can find them out there. Chapman's Ice Cream. Get that Chapman's Ice Cream is good. That's right. That's how we do this. And in some ways, you know what? We're going to have to change business up here, get more self-reliant in some ways, and that will increase business for us too. Mark Carney is doing what he's doing as a prime minister to help our economy get stronger, and we can be more independent and tougher regardless of what is happening in the United States. So yeah, I'm with you on that, Wayne. Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll see you guys. Have a great Tuesday. Thank you for doing the Raptor Freak Tuesday trivia, Raptors who appear in the Olympics. I'll post the totals for our trivia today shortly in the comments on this stream. All right, have a great day, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Let's go, Raptor Freaks. Let's go.